and welcome to the New Jersey Morning Show. I'm Kristina Behr.
And I'm Cara Falco. We have a packed show for you this morning. Today we're talking about the return of the Morris County Columbus Day Parade. The last time they held a parade was prior to COVID.
Yeah, plus two of New Jersey's biggest stars show up at the same time at the same restaurant. We'll show you the picture and the story actually behind it.
But first, let's bring in meteorologist Mike Favetta because the weather has been wild this week. Mike.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's weather whiplash. It's weather whiplash. We went from 5 days of gloomy, gray, cold conditions, kind of felt like late November, and now we throw it back to early September with lovely 70-degree warmth and sunshine. Can you keep up? It's one of those, it's one of those weeks where we will have another round of weather whiplash going into the weekend because it gets cold once more, this time with sunshine. And that clear sky takes us right even into Sunday. So much better weather ahead. We look outside this morning on this Thursday live with mostly clear skies. And the satellite picture keeps all those stubborn clouds well offshore. That's where we like them, especially after so much wet weather these last few days. Now, our forecast keeps this weather around through the rest of the day, especially with the Friday's high coming in back into the mid-70s. So there's your 73 degrees in Sussex, 74 in Newark, 73 over in Flemington, and as a high of 71 in Seabright, it'll actually feel quite normal. The dry weather remains throughout this afternoon, and it stays nice and pleasant into this evening. But there is a chill on the way, and it'll bring in some gusty northwest winds, making it feel very dry around New Jersey. We'll give you those details coming up with a complete check of your weekend weather. Perfect weather for the apple picking, the pumpkin picking, even some hot apple cider if the pumpkin spice isn't your thing. We'll give you that information in just a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Mike, stick around for just a little bit because I do want to talk about, parts of New Jersey just got walloped this past week. The last few days, as the remnants of Hurricane Ian blew through this state. I mean, I was ready to get out the canoe. It was like water world. I was like, what is happening?
I mean, several inches of rain fell across New Jersey. Parts of the Jersey Shore also dealt with up to 7 feet of storm surge. And of course, the gusty winds affected the shore as well, with Atlantic City getting a top gust of 59 miles per hour. For a while there, you definitely could tell that there was something going on. Like it wasn't just a regular old rainstorm here.
It was, and that wind that was persistent out of the east, that's what keeps helping pile the water up on shore. So the Back Bay areas really got hit hard, especially over in Barnegat Bay. All of those areas along the Back Bay, the mainland, got hit hard. With so much of that storm surge, sometimes the moon cycles enhance that. So whether it's the new moon or the full moon, you typically see even higher water by another foot or foot and a half in places. Luckily, we were at the quarter moon these past few days, so that's why it wasn't as bad as it could have been, but still pretty rough with some of those streets underwater in South Jersey.
I mean, still, right? I mean, it's dried out this morning, but you could tell even just on the drive here, you're like, oh, wow.
Yeah,
it's still here.
It's still damp. The roads are still damp, for sure.
It's going to take a while to clear out, so.
Right,
Mike.
But this is good news for our drought. Especially since we've been in that severe drought for much of New Jersey. A lot of the growing season has been impacted for the growers down in South Jersey. So when the new data comes out tomorrow, tune back in. We'll have the update for you. I think a good portion of New Jersey will be out of that severe drought as a result of so much rain.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Worth. Awesome, Mike. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Speaking of driving and seeing water on the roadways, let's get a check of the traffic with Don Smith. And pretty much back to normal this morning, Don.
Yeah, pretty much. There were many school districts closed yesterday with the observance of Yom Kippur. So most, or if not all, school districts are back in business. And I always say the schools kind of rule the roads. And the weather certainly is so much better here today than it certainly was on Tuesday, where we saw a lot of crashes. But we're still fairly busy here at, into the 9 o'clock hour now. We're looking at the big one here really is going to be the area of the Parkway. The Turnpike going north here of 12. That's in the truck lanes. We've got a crash there, taking out 2 lanes. And there's also emergency construction on 72 as you head east into Long Beach Island. Let's go to the maps, and we'll show you that delay here extends just north of 12 in Carteret. They're going to run you probably another about 10 or 15 minutes if you're coming off of the Driscoll Bridge this morning and looking to go to the Turnpike. Maybe up for the Parkway to travel through the northern sections of Middlesex County into Union County. But we're still, again, fairly heavy into Newark on the Turnpike Turnpike at 14 is just a real problem this morning. So is the Parkway from 142 up to 151. West on 24 is heavy, getting past 78. All the way out to the mall, it's Short Hills here this morning. Let me show you that 72 repair here. So if you're heading out to Long Beach Island this morning, getting some early sun, this is the emergency road work here. Now, they've been doing a lot of work to begin with. Now, whether this may be a little weather-related issues as well, not quite sure. But again, that right lane is closed off that Causeway Bridge. Let's go to the bridges and tunnels. You can see still pretty much hammered here at the George Washington Bridge, well over an hour, about an hour at the Lincoln, about a half an hour at the Holland Tunnel. And New Jersey Transit is back on or close to schedule again. Earlier this morning, we had a broken down train in one of the tunnels, but still trying to play a little bit of catch up, but it's getting much better than it was about an hour. And that's happening here in the traffic center. Cara, Kristina, send it back into you.
Looking good. All right, well, our top story this morning, President Joe Biden will be here in New Jersey this afternoon after making a stop in New York this morning. Now, the president will be attending a fundraiser at Governor Murphy's home on the Navesink River. Biden is expected to arrive around 4 p.m. and leave the area about 6 p.m., so expect some delays in and around Monmouth County.
Yeah, so there's also a new state law that's allowing retired teachers to temporarily help fill open teacher positions. The retired teachers will be paid about $92,000 a year this school year in Newark while continuing to keep their current pensions.
Yeah, almost 100 school districts have applied to receive retired teachers to fill critical need positions. One of those is Newark, of course, which is the state's largest district. There are still another 62 vacancies.
Yikes. So speech language specialists and therapists are also eligible to be rehired by school districts. So really interesting. I think if you're, a retired teacher, somebody who left during the pandemic, and maybe this is a better situation for you, it's certainly a very comfortable salary.
Yeah, they're trying to provide incentives and really to fill these spots that are so needed right now.
So desperately needed.
It's across the nation too, so it's not just here in New Jersey.
Yeah. It's a big deal. All right, guys, coming up, our first guest this morning. This Sunday, the Morris County Columbus Day Parade returns for the first time since 2019 with a full parade in East Hanover.
Yay, the parade is organized by the East Hanover Italian American Club and their president, Bill Angelino, joining us now. Billy, thank you for coming on to discuss the parade. We really appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me. It's so wonderful to hear. We're going to have a nice weather on Sunday.
Yay! With the pandemic behind us now, this in-person parade is returning for the first time in 3 years. What went into bringing this parade back?
Well, we always the Italian America have always wanted to bring the parade back. It was just that during the pandemic, obviously, it wasn't a time to have large groups of people congregate. So we held off, and we were happy enough that this year we're able to do it again. And, it's received a lot of great support. We get great support from the Township of East Hanover. And we have a lot of our patrons and people that are sponsors that have come forward because I guess it's because of this cancel culture and woke mentality that's been going on about getting rid of statues and stuff. I think people have been more stimulated to be a part of this.
So, Billy, then what attractions and events can attendees expect to find at this year's parade? Are you guys kind of trying to make a big splash in your first year back here?
Well, we've always had these gentlemen come. There's a group of Italian police officers that are coming from the Polizia di Stato, which are the state police of Italy. They're one of our big attractions. They come. There'll be a mass at our St. Rose of Lima Catholic Church at 12:15, and from there they're going to go right to the parade. Where a lot of the old timers, East Hanover has about 41% Italian population, so the people get excited when they see them. They speak to them. It's nice to talk about the old country. A lot of the people haven't been back there since, especially with the pandemic. So that's one great attraction that we have. Another thing that we do is after the parade, the Italian American Club sponsors a family fun day at Lurker Park, which is at the end of the parade. We're going to have pony rides, and we're going to have a petting zoo, face painting, bounce things for kids. There'll be a lot of food vendors, crafters. So it's kind of it turns into like a community day then, and it's all sponsored by the club. So we're proud to do that.
That's really exciting. The Italian police are coming over. From what I understand, they're flying over this morning. So that's going to be a great time. Tell us how people can get involved and how they can find out more about the parade.
Well, actually, I can give my phone number. Anybody who's interested in either marching in the parade or coming to our event at Lurker Park, you can just contact me. My telephone number is 973-418-1485. Any community groups or any Italian organizations who are watching are all welcome to come and march in our parade.
That is awesome. Bill, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We're excited to see the parade back and in person this year. Looking forward to it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much. All right, guys, so in case you didn't know, October is Adopt a Shelter Pet Month. So we're helping out some of our local shelters by sharing adoptable pets. So we want you to check out Macy. I got to wait for this picture to come up because she's just too cute, this girl. Look at her.
Lobster.
She's at the Burlington County Animal Shelter. She's looking for her human lobster. If you're a Friends fan, you get it. Give them a call. Let's get her home.
Just adorable. Yeah, make sure you call. You can always find us over on social media. Don't forget, search for @NJ Morning Show on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and click follow.
2020 felt like a dark tunnel, and while 2020 is over, the impact is not. The pandemic affected both our physical and mental health.
We started the Cody Fund for Mental Health to change lives, so we want you to know about NJ211.
It's a referral service for anyone in crisis, even children.
I'm living proof that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
And it's not a train, it's help. It's NJ211.
Right now, New Jersey's youth are dealing with a lot. Growing up today, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, but you're not alone. If you're worried about someone, reach out and point them to help if they need it. The New Jersey Department of Children and Families offers support to children and youth in crisis. Help is available by phone or text whenever you need it. Be there for a friend, and know where to turn for help. Suicide should never be the answer. Growing up can be hard. Getting help shouldn't be.
Welcome back. Let's get another look at your weather. Here's meteorologist Mike Favetta, and I dare say we can finally put those umbrellas and the galoshes all the way, finally.
Finally. It was a long few days. You got to break out the sunglasses if you remember where you put them this morning, driving in with the sun glare. I'm like, wait a minute, sunglasses, what are those? I haven't made them in days. And so here we are.
It took me a minute to find them this morning. I was like,
exactly.
Put those.
So with all the beautiful weather that we have upcoming, it's a good idea to keep the sunglasses close at hand because we'll need them for the next several days. But there is a little bit of a temperature drop come tomorrow night. So while today will remain in the upper 60s and low 70s, tomorrow is warmer still. The weekend gets pretty chilly and we get that refreshing fall feel. For now, we say goodbye to the remnants of Ian. In fact, going into tomorrow, there will be a few extra clouds by the afternoon, any one of which could give us a quick passing sprinkle, but no more than that, and it only lasts a few minutes. Then we have the dry weather, and that's the very dry air that will make it feel like October around here for a change, bringing in some wonderful color to our foliage. In fact, some of the foliage here across New Jersey has started to show its colors. You can even see here, especially toward the areas shaded in, what colors do we have here? We have some of these areas up in northern New Jersey that you see here, even some of the areas right there toward the state parks in Sussex County. Most of the state, however, still not seeing much of a peak fall color, but it takes a little bit, and I think we'll get there once we get to the late part of the month with the drier weather that returns. So that'll be some good news for those enjoying some leaf peeping. Going into the afternoon tomorrow, 73 degrees. It gets warm here across the state, and you'll notice the humidity actually quite high. Now by Saturday, it feels a little bit cooler with the temperatures dropping into the 60s and then pretty chilly on Sunday morning. I have a feeling there may be some frost in some parts of northern New Jersey up there in Sussex County because Sunday morning's low could be as low as the upper 30s north and west in the northwestern part of the state. So really chilly stuff on the way to start off the weekend. Well, make it feel like fall. We've got another check of your forecast. Detail more about what the weather is for any fall activities this weekend. And of course, your 7-day forecast. It's all coming up in just a few minutes.
If you've been fighting putting on that heat, I think now is probably, unfortunately,
the
time.
My heat's been on. I don't know about anybody. My heat's been, when it dropped into the 40s, I was like, nope.
It's like, crank it up. Mike, thank you so much.
You bet.
And Don Smith is here with another update on the traffic. Good morning, Don.
Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Kristina. Good morning, Mike. Yeah, heated seats in full effect. Yeah, even though it was raining the last couple of days, certainly needed to crank up that heat. But today, as Mike said, and as you said, Cara, looking for the sunglasses, I actually saw earlier this morning maybe some more delays in certain spots. Kind of maybe people forgot how to drive in the sun with the sun glare. But this has been an area of contention here in this whole 76, 295, Aljo curve, that whole area. It's been really busy because northbound, north of exit 29, there was an earlier crash and it was out there for well over 2 hours this morning. That finally is clear, but still the damage done here back to exit 26 or south of that, but 42 and 55. Also seeing a lot of delays getting on to the westbound side of 76. So if you're coming out of Gloucester, Deptford, Washington Township, trying to make your way into Philly via the Walt Whitman or Ben Franklin bridges, you're going to have to leave some additional travel time. Let's check out the ride down the shore for this gorgeous weather here today. Sea Isle City, Avalon, Cape May, everything is good into Atlantic City. We are clear. I just want to bring in the 72 map, and that is very heavy getting into Long Beach Island, and that is because of that emergency construction just as you come off the Causeway Bridge. That's there until further notice. Now, I'm not sure whether that's weather-related or that's they were doing long-term construction in that area to begin with. So, but nonetheless, the right lane is still shut through Toms River, Lavalette, Seaside, Point Pleasant Beach. Boy, it's got to be gorgeous to be heading up onto the boardwalk here this morning. Another area of contention is this turnpike heading north into interchange 9 in the truck lanes. They have construction setting up. It's going to go between 9 and eventually all the way up to 10, so you need to watch for that. Then further up the line north into 12 on the truck side again, we have another crash in the process of being cleared. We have also, looks like we have a new crash here. I'll find some more information for us for our next report, but this is kind of just coming in west on 78 here. In towards Watchung and exit 40. Looks like we've got a crash coming out of Berkeley Heights to look for. And then the Parkway fairly busy through Essex County. And we go to our Hudson River crossings now, and we're still well over an hour at the George. Just because the lower had a crash that just cleared as well. An hour at the Lincoln and a half an hour at the Holland. And New Jersey Transit is on or close to schedule. That's happening here in the traffic center. Cara, Kristina, back into you.
Thanks so much, Don. So a panel of state lawmakers has approved a whole package of bills that would make things like tampons and pads, feminine hygiene products, available for free in schools and homeless centers.
Yeah, if this is passed and signed into law, the package would also provide free feminine hygiene products to women receiving public assistance. The eligible assistance would also include federal programs, including food stamps and the Women, Infants, and Children program.
There's also another bill within the package that would create a screening program for reproductive issues, including endometriosis and ovarian cysts. So very
this
cool.
Is huge.
Yeah, good progressive stuff, because it really is something that,
nobody really thinks about too. I mean, women have to take really precautions, and it's if you don't have access, affordable access to it, then it's detrimental.
Yeah.
So
this was actually put together by 2 high school girls who had done this as one of their research projects, and they basically said, the cost to provide them is almost negligible.
Yeah.
It's right on par with you give people TP when they go to school,
right.
and then there you go.
Perfect sense. Yeah,
absolutely.
I love this idea. We're moving on to our next interview here, and this story is it needs to be heard. 10-year-old Abby Inslee of Sicklerville has struggled with health problems for most of her life.
Yeah, after suffering from shaken baby syndrome as an infant, Abby was dependent on a ventilator. She was found to be completely deaf and blind. She needs special care from home health aides, but her family has struggled to find adequate care.
And joining us now to shed a little bit more light on this issue is Abby's mother, Dana Inslee. Dana, thank you so much for coming on today and sharing Abby's story.
Oh, thank you for having us. I don't know if she can hear you guys, right?
I love it.
She does talk. She does have to warm up to you.
So tell us, what kind of care does Abby need every day given her condition?
Okay, so there's a real distinction. Abby needs nursing care. So we're talking about private duty nursing. Yes, and Miss Abby is one of her nurses that's coming later. She does not have a nurse today because her nurse is sick and there's nobody in the field that can cover these lost shifts. So that means she loses out on school, she loses out on all her learning and socialization because of her medical needs. She can't go to school if she doesn't have a one-on-one nurse with her because it's dangerous, so she loses that.
Dana, you know what? Unfortunately, we're having a bit of a hard time hearing you.
Oh, no.
Do you have a microphone on the computer, or are you using a
I
headset?
do. I turned it on. You can't hear me at all?
We can hear you. It's just very difficult to understand.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. I don't know how to fix that. How do I know that the microphone is?
Actually, I think if
your volume.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think you can just speak more softly.
Speak softly?
Yes. That actually, it makes it better.
I think, it probably has to do with your microphone and maybe the microphone levels.
Yeah.
Maybe it's oversensitive. Okay.
Awesome.
I'll talk in her quiet voice.
So if you can tell us how much home health care has Abby been able to receive through the private duty nursing program?
So she is qualified for 16 hours a day of private duty nursing. Of those hours, they're about half filled. So it means half the time she can't go to school, she doesn't get adequate care in the evening. We take her overnight, so we have not seen a weekend nurse in years, and it's so hard. And I can't blame the nurses. We have some absolutely fabulous nurses on her team, but it's a whole bunch of nurses when the pay elsewhere is so much greater. Home health has no shift differential, so why would they? You can go to a facility and get paid the time and a half for and extra money for working the late shifts or working weekends. You get paid extra. It's just a little more inconvenient, and there's none of that in her field at all. But so it's not just like home health care, it's private duty nursing that's really in crisis.
Well, I mean, we wish you guys all the luck in the world. We appreciate you coming on. Dana, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
I'm sorry you can't hear us well.
Thank you. Thank you, Dana. All right. Coming up next, how two New Jersey rock icons ended up at the same restaurant.
Plus, how a luxury accessory brand is helping nonprofits. And don't forget, you can always find us over on social media. Search for @NJ Morning Show on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and click follow.
Right now, families all across New Jersey are struggling with hunger, and their financial futures remain uncertain. You can be the hope for our hungry neighbors in need in a time when that need is still so great. The Community Food Bank of New Jersey, the state's largest anti-hunger, anti-poverty organization, is filling the emptiness caused by hunger with food, help, and hope. Go to cfbnj.org now to join us.
The New Jersey Hall of Fame is coming to you, celebrating our best and brightest, greeting guests along our Garden State Parkway through its 9 service areas, engaging travelers from our terminals to our transit centers, inspiring new generations as we move from town to town, and at New Jersey's hottest red carpet ceremony, inspiring New Jerseyans at our new home at American Dream. It's the New Jersey Hall of Fame, and it's where you want to be because everyone needs a hero.
All right, welcome back to the New Jersey Morning Show. So you guys got to check this out. This is so cool. 2 rock icons hanging out at an iconic Monmouth County ice cream shop this week.
This is incredible. Check it out. Bruce Springsteen and John Bon Jovi stopped in for a couple of scoops at Jersey Freeze and Freehold yesterday. Apparently, the 2 rock legends were hanging out. Just, 2 legends chilling. They took a ride in Springsteen's car, of course, to get some ice cream. Bruce is a regular at Jersey Freeze, by the way, and has been for decades.
Can you imagine?
No.
You would scrape me off the floor.
I would die.
I would literally, if the 2 of them walked out, I'd be like,
wait, what? Yeah, amazing. Like, just sitting there. I mean, yeah. It's just like 2 rock icons chilling.
And you do, like, I feel like we talk, like, Bruce really does pop
he's
up
really,
in a lot of places.
yeah.
Like, he's legit, like, a neighborhood guy. John, you don't see, I mean, he is also a neighborhood guy, but you don't see him quite as much. Because I think, like, Bon Jovi's still out. I mean, Bruce is going on tour now, too, in the spring. But, I mean, it just, and, like,
what?
How satisfying is it Mike Favetta, meteorologist Mike Favetta, will bring you into it's maybe not the weekend for ice cream.
No.
How satisfying is it to know that the two of them hang out like they're boys?
In
I
Freehold.
love that.
Amazing.
I think people always wonder, like, when you see someone that you don't know, maybe in public, they go, "Oh, do you hang out with the other weather people on TV?"
Yeah.
Now it's true. So the music legends really do kind of
so
hang
funny.
out, or at least great minds think alike.
Do you hang out with the other weather people on TV, or do you just hang out with us?
It's like a club.
You do, yeah.
They'll probably all be at the wedding too. It's kind of
We're so excited.
so
Awesome.
yes, yeah, no, we're all good friends because we go in the trenches together when we stay for sleepover for 36-hour snowstorms.
Yeah.
You become family.
We're not doing that yet, though, right? That's
no,
not a
we're
thing
not.
that's happening.
No snow yet.
No,
Okay.
Not
Okay.
the
I was
S
like,
word, or even not even the F word. We're not talking
no,
about
thank
place.
you. No.
Because
thanks.
it's going to stay pretty chilly by this weekend. We get beautiful sunshine and warm weather today, even warmer tomorrow in the 70s. So you may wonder, is this a sign of things to come? Will it stay warm going into October? No. There's actually some colder weather on the way as soon as Saturday, and that's the trend for the rest of October to be slightly below average. Now, average here in New Jersey for the month of October is in the mid-60s, so there's a good chance, at least a 40 to 50% chance, in this area shaded in blue that I'm circling in blue, is that we are a below average chance of or below average temperature going into the entire month of October. So I think there will be some cool days and maybe even some really chilly days going forward, but that doesn't necessarily mean that winter comes in very quickly, because we all know we could warm up very quickly by the end of the month into November. So as you head out maybe today, want to plan some outdoor activities now that the rain is gone. If you plan to go apple picking this weekend, you've got gorgeous days, both days, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday morning apple pickers will have a little bit of a gusty wind to deal with, but I think by Sunday those winds subside. And it's also slightly milder in the mid-60s. Plenty of nice weather to enjoy here in the New Jersey apple orchards. That also goes for most of next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. As highs keep climbing back into the mid and upper 60s, it'll feel fantastic. So enjoy our last 2 days in the 70s for at least a week. And then I think maybe by the end of next week, we start to see a slightly milder feel. But otherwise, it's all about the fall apparel. So if you've been waiting for the right time to dig out the all those fall clothes, now would be the right time, because to be stuck in the 60s solidly as highs each afternoon and overnights in the 40s, it'll feel chilly each morning, but a refreshing, kind of cool fall crisp feel each and every morning. If you're into the outdoor dining, we've got that menu coming up in just a bit, your weather menu, and another check of that 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
Mike, I like that you actually just slipped up and said 10-day, because Mama D has, after all the years that I've worked with you, and I know the answer to this, and she does not believe me. She needs to know what the weather's going to be on October 15th, because she's having an event. I keep trying to tell her it's too far out to accurately predict.
You need to call the weather gods and ask.
We're within 9 days of October 15th.
Yeah.
Okay. I could
Yeah.
give you a temperature range, but precipitation is iffy. So
Yeah, okay. Just that's fine. Just
put
tell
her
her
in-
I was
put her in
right.
touch.
And I will.
put us in touch.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
I love that. It's seriously but it's true. Like whenever you have an event coming and you're trying to it's so much stress. You need the weather.
You
to be
need to
perfect.
know.
Yes.
I understand, but I'm like, nobody's going to give you an accurate answer anytime
15
soon,
days out.
unfortunately.
All right.
You know who's going to have some accurate answers for us is Don Smith. He's got to check a traffic, live cameras and all. Hey, good morning, Don.
Hey, good morning, Cara. Yeah, good morning, Kristina. And good morning, Mike. Yeah, it is just absolutely beautiful out there to be heading out, and you got to find those sunglasses we mentioned earlier. Let's get you over the maps. This is a new problem now, as Mike was doing weather. They've just shut down Route 130 going north at High Street in Burlington because of a crash being cleared, and that's down utility pole as well. So that's just coming in. We also have the turnpike going north here at 12 on the truck side, still cleaning up that crash. Also on 23 southbound Verona, there's a lane closed there. That's just south of the Willowbrook Mall. And then 72 going into Ship Bottom and Long Beach Island. We've got a lane down there, and that is for emergency construction. I want to show you that camera because it really is fairly impactful as far as our traffic is concerned. Coming off of the Causeway Bridge here this morning, it's going to be right in this location. Now, again, they've been doing a lot of long-term road work. That's what all of this drainage, concrete drainage forms are here. But there is something going on right in here. To me, it almost looks like potentially maybe a water main break. Now, maybe whether this could be potentially weather related over the last couple of days, with our rain and wind and so forth. But again, the right lane is going to be shut. Let me widen up the map and I'll show you it on the map. Again, if you're maybe making an early start to getting out to the beaches here this morning, you can see it's a heavy ride. It's going to probably run you about another 10 minutes or so. Again, it's out of the ordinary, not what you're normally looking for heading out to Long Beach Island. Now, 55, 42, 295 is getting better, but still northbound is pretty jacked up, getting from just 26 up to 30. Your parkway through Monmouth County is good. And really the only other contention here is really getting into the Lincoln Tunnel. We're really heavy here on the eastern spur into 1618E. The Skyway's jammed in the Holland Tunnel this morning. 78 still pretty busy both ways in Newark. And then the Turnpike is fairly busy where the eastern and western spurs come together. Let's go to that Hudson River Crossings map. Still well over an hour at the George, almost an hour, 45 to an hour at the Lincoln, a half an hour at the Holland Tunnel, and New Jersey Transit is going to be on or close to schedule. That's happening here in a busy traffic center. Cara, Kristina, back to you.
Full. Thank you so much. Well, Ivy Alexander is a luxury accessory brand that sends proceeds from every sale to nonprofits that advocate for women's equity. And their founder, Nicole Alexander, is joining us now. Thanks so much for joining us, Nicole.
Ooh, my sunglasses.
There she is.
There she is. Yay. I'm wearing my sunglasses because Mike told me to do so, but I will take them off now so I can have
I love it. Can you talk about what inspired you to create Ivy Alexander? This whole concept is amazing.
Thank you very much. I was inspired by my parents who passed away a few years ago, and in taking care of my father's estate, I found a box that he had created that was it was literally titled Nick's Box of Broken Dreams. And it was filled with things that he had not been able to implement, whether it was architecture or books, etc. And it had a meaningful impact on me such that when I had an idea, I went for it. And the idea was that during the pandemic, when we were allowed to be outside and eat, I was using these purse hooks, not these per se, but a version of them. And people were coming up to me and asking, as I have one over on this side actually, I'm reversing this side, yes. They were asking me what was it and where could they get one, because no one wanted to keep their purse on the floor during the pandemic because it gets germy, people can steal things. It's something that I think right now, if you knew the percentages of bad stuff that can get on your purse, you would definitely want to put something, use a purse hook to keep it safe and free from that kind of stuff. So we created these, and it was a very organic process. I worked with friends and colleagues, and it was very serendipitous how it all kind of worked out. And as a result, we've had a lot of interest in these wonderful objects that literally just go on any hard surface and keep, your safekeepings off the ground and away from germs and all that kind of stuff. It could be jackets, purses, anything.
It's such a great idea.
It really is such a great idea. And I definitely, as the person who's always looking for the hook under the bar or the tip, like when you go to a restaurant, it's good to just have it in your bag. But how did you go about building a business from the ground up?
Well, it was a little daunting. Being a lawyer by trade, it's not something I just figured out. But I used my personal network, and that was very important to me. I was lucky enough to do a lot of networking in my career, and that networking provided me with contacts and friends, lots and lots of friends who were willing to step in and help me, whether it was for photography, manufacturing, branding, marketing. I just called on them. And during the pandemic, people were excited to do something creative and inspirational. And as a result, I think what we've done is these things have been around for a while, but they're not as luxurious as this version and strong as this version and sturdy. And ladies, I'm sending you some so you can use it.
Oh, thank you.
Yay.
You gotta love some free swag. Like that's happening. But but yeah, it's something that is necessary. And they hold diaper bags. They hold backpacks.
That's awesome.
Glasses. I mean, anything. But anytime I go to a restaurant or anywhere else and I see somebody put their handbag on the floor, I am
you cringe.
Yeah. And these are there as an option, and they're great for gifts. They're tiny. They come in beautiful little bags. The packaging is very luxe. It's good for any time. Yeah.
I feel stocking stuffers coming on.
I know, for real.
Absolutely.
Seriously. What are the secrets? What would you say the secret to launching a successful accessories brand is? Is there one particular thing that comes to mind?
Well, there's a lot of fear at first. There's a bit of imposter syndrome. And I think you have to get over that and have your own sense of confidence. And relying on a network of people that you have worked with in the past and your friends. And put together a good business plan. Think about it. Think about everything very carefully. But don't be afraid to take risks, calculated risks, and don't expect immediate success. Because in the real world, that doesn't happen. It takes time to create something and to have it flourish. But with the right colleagues, friends around you, it will. And just taking that risk is a big accomplishment, and anybody who does so, should be admired.
Yeah, for sure.
Agree wholeheartedly. And the other thing that you do that I love is proceeds from your sales go to organizations that support equity for women. What made you decide to do that, and how can other small businesses do the same? Because I think, especially when you're talking about that fear and just starting out, the thought of then turning around and handing some portion of your profits over is even more scary.
It is. But, all my life, I've been supported by wonderful organizations professionally that have really endeavored to create opportunities for women, whether it's Executive Women of New Jersey, the Cocoa and Summit, New Jersey. Again, I'm hollering to New Jersey organizations. But by being a member of those organizations, the networking opportunities has permitted me to have the strategic plan that I've formed. And so in so doing, we formed the Ivy Alexander Foundation. And that foundation gives to programs, initiatives that support women and girls in equity and their thing. And it's been really fulfilling. And it's just the beginning. And we're hoping to do many more things in the future. But it's time to give back. And not only does it give you warm fuzzies, but as a business culture, it's really something that many corporations and LLCs are doing now.
Yeah, it's paying it forward literally and figuratively. I love it.
Yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
Where can people find out more information about your business?
Ivy-Alexander.com, and we're on Insta and LinkedIn and Facebook. So follow us. What we're doing now is we're posting a lot of pictures of those who have purchased them, like as seen in Boca Raton, as seen in California. I took them to Venice last, February.
And now you're talking.
Nice.
Right? Hello. You're going to need them. No one wants their bag on the floor. No one wants that there. It's gross. So, and you don't want them to be stolen. So, for so many reasons, during this time, I think
we lost you a little bit, Nicole. Nicole, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. At least we made it through most of the interview. We really did. Nicole Alexander, Ivy Alexander, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
We've been having a little technical gremlins this morning.
Yes.
It's a Thursday. Well, listen, check out B-Bomb right here. She's another Jersey girl looking for a new family. You can find her at Liberty Humane Society in Jersey City. So adorable.
Such a cute, love the little
ears.
Yes. Aww,
love it.
The babies. All right, and you can always find us on social media. Just search for @NJ Morning Show on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Check us out. Click follow. We love hearing from you.
2020 felt like a dark tunnel. And while 2020 is over, the impact is not. The pandemic affected both our physical and mental health.
We started the Cody Fund for Mental Health to change lives, so we want you to know about NJ211.
It's a referral service for anyone in crisis, even children.
I'm living proof that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
And it's not a train, it's help. It's NJ211.
Right now, New Jersey's youth are dealing with a lot. Growing up today, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, but you're not alone. If you're worried about someone, reach out and point them to help if they need it. The New Jersey Department of Children and Families offers support to children and youth in crisis. Help is available by phone or text whenever you need it. Be there for a friend, and know where to turn for help. Suicide should never be the answer. Growing up can be hard. Getting help shouldn't be.
Welcome back to the New Jersey Morning Show. Meteorologist Mike Favetta joins us with a check of that weekend weather. And it's finally clear and nice, and we can go do the outside fall things.
We can, and your mom can have her event next weekend.
Oh, did you check it?
I've been studying the weather charts, and the rain that is currently over the Sea of Japan is getting us next Friday. So
listen, you better be right.
You better be ready, because she will come find you if you
You better be right.
This is why there's two bridges. So that's why I think that going into next weekend, the rain will be done Friday night, and then your mom's party will be fine.
Good to know.
Chilly, refreshing, and a nice October weekend ahead.
Yes.
That's what we also have today. So if you maybe planned any al fresco dining out and about across New Jersey, what a beautiful day to do so. Temperatures in the low 70s. It stays pleasant into this evening. I think these are your last two outdoor dining opportunities before your hands get so cold you may not be able to feel your fork and spoon, because going into the weekend, it gets chilly even when you're sitting next to those torch heating lamps outside because of the dry air. So there's a little bit of extra humidity around today, making it feel lovely across New Jersey. 6 o'clock temperature this evening in Morristown, 68 degrees, 71 for you in Hoboken, and 68 in Princeton. We've got lovely weather going forward into the weekend, and because we had the organizer of the Columbus Day Parade of East Hanover here on the morning show, we got to give you the parade forecast. So the morning will be chilly. The early morning risers may be getting set up and getting the lawn chairs out there on Ridgedale Avenue, the parade route. It gets cool, but the afternoon actually warms pleasantly. So once the parade ends in Lurker Park, you'll have plenty of sunshine and a high of 62 degrees. And yes, this is an actual photo from 2015 when the Polizia di Stato came from Italy and they were getting ready for the big parade. So you can see all of the colonnelli there, the colonels, also some of the local leaders here in New Jersey. Then by the evening time frame, it gets chilly again, going into the upper 50s, but it remains dry. And that dry forecast takes us into the next few days, including this weekend and next, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, staying nice and pleasantly dry. All of the rain that we had the last few days amounted to several inches. So the good news is our drought should be over soon, considering that we got a whole lot of tropical origin moisture around here. And that's what we need to put a big dent in our drought, and I'm certain we did. So tune back in tomorrow for the drought update that comes out later on today, and we'll have that for you right here on the morning show. Hope you guys have a great weekend with all of the outdoor plans and festivities.
Yes, you as well, Mike. This is the weather where my great-grandmother used to say you have to bring your sweaterina.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
We made up a lot of like half English, half Italian.
And I think since we're in the business of personalized weather forecasting, Mike, you better come back at me tomorrow with a personalized Halloween forecast.
Oh, she's really stretching it.
I'm bringing it. I need to know. I need to know.
Because, it's still tropical season. So when we're in the middle of hurricane season, these forecasts can change in a matter of days. So more than 5 days out, it's hard with the wind and rain. And we know that can make or break a Halloween costume.
True.
It can.
I'm busy preparing. All right, Mike, get on it. Thanks so much.
You bet.
Let's get one last look at the roadways with Don Smith. And it's been a pretty tough ride again, Don.
It has been, yeah, Kristina, absolutely. Good morning, Cara, and good morning, Mike, and Cara for your mom. I'll tell her right now that Route 80, 46 of the Parkway is going to be good for the event. We'll go with that. Anyway, we'll take a look at the turnpike here this morning. So this just coming in while we were in the commercial break. It's going to be southbound here in Hamilton, just south of 7A. The truck lanes have an overturned truck with 2 right lanes out of service. So let me show you the camera with the delays now extending back through 7A. You will see it here at the top right of the screen, right in here. So if you can stay with the inner roadway, the car lanes will be the much easier ride as you traverse going south, getting in towards Mercer County. So it's right in here just south of 195. Let's widen up the map and we'll give you a little more of a snapshot here of what's happening into southwestern Jersey, Deptford. Finally, 295-42. Everything is moving along really well. We also continue to have this issue in Burlington this morning where Route 130 is going to be closed here at High Street. That's all because of a crash with a down utility pole. That is still in the process of being cleared. Also, we have emergency construction on 72. Let's populate that map right in here. So we're fairly heavy getting out to Long Beach Island. It's just as you come off the Causeway Bridge this morning into Ship Bottom, and that's probably going to run you about another 10 minutes or so. So give yourself some time if you're heading out to the shore here out to Long Beach Island on this beautiful Thursday. The shoreline looks good. Asbury Park, Belmar, Parkway, Route 9, 18, things are fine. 287, 78, Parkway is settling down fairly nicely. Now, I want to mention this because both the approaches to the Holland via the Skyway and the Bay Extension and the Lincoln Tunnel, especially the northbound Eastern Spur, are all getting just hammered here this morning. And I really think that this is a lot of alternate volume from what's going on in Brooklyn and Williamsburg, because the northbound BQE has essentially been sporadically on and off closed for the last 4+ hours of the overturned tractor trailer before the Williamsburg Bridge. And people, I think, are bailing out of going across Staten Island to get into Brooklyn and continuing north on the turnpike to go to the Holland Tunnel or take it up to the Lincoln and even eventually up to the George Washington Bridge. You're seeing a lot of congestion right where the two splits merge, the spurs, I should say, merge, because as you look at our Hudson River crossings totals, still about an hour for the upper, coming down at the lower about 30, but well over an hour and 15 at the Lincoln, and a half an hour and growing rapidly at the Holland. So I think that is a lot of our congestion there. And PATH trains this morning, north to World Trade Journal Square to 33rd, delays continue. They're still trying to work out some mechanical problems at Grove Street. So that's what's happening here in the traffic center. We'll see everybody tomorrow. And Cara, Kristina, we'll send it back into you.
All right, Don, thanks so much.
All right, guys. So if we have been mentioning throughout the show, October is Adopt a Shelter Pet Month, and Jersey Pits Rescue is helping New Jersey dogs find their forever homes later this month with their Pitness in the Park event.
And joining us now is Danielle Giordano, one of the co-founders of Jersey Pits. Thanks for coming on with us, Danielle.
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
So tell us the story behind how you started Jersey Pits.
Oh my gosh. So Jersey Pits started in 2018. It's myself and my amazing partner in rescue and the other co-founder, Kendall. We started after volunteering at tons of local New Jersey shelters and with other rescues. And, you know, we really wanted to do our own thing and really just focus specifically on dogs in New Jersey. So we don't take dogs from any other states. We only work with local shelters.
Wow.
And that's fast. I was actually just reading something about, you know, how a lot of shelters do take dogs from outside of the state and you know, kind of becomes an issue. With October being Adopt a Shelter Dog Month, how has Jersey Pits been able to facilitate dog adoptions?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great time for us because we get to do things like this that we wouldn't usually be able to do, but we're also doing a ton of events, right? We have Pitness in the Park later this month. We have a couple other events going on. It's really just about getting out in the community, educating people about all the dogs that are currently in need, and really just pushing things on our social media and just making sure that people are aware. You know, there's so many homeless dogs in our state that need the help. So just really getting out there in the community. I was just recently out of school teaching younger kids about the importance of adoption. So just really just pushing it and getting out there as much as possible.
What are some of the challenges that rescues like Jersey Pits face?
I think one of the biggest things is just the number of dogs that are coming into our local shelters, right? Especially after the pandemic, where a lot of people were adopting because they were home, and now they're going, oh, this was a tough decision. This is a life. I don't have time. So, we see a lot of dogs ending up back in the shelter. We're seeing tons of puppies, which we don't see as much of usually. The summer months are always tough. People dump dogs because they would rather be on vacation, So I think the biggest challenge for us right now is just having enough adopters and enough fosters to really support our local shelters and all the dogs in need.
Yeah. And what should people know about your upcoming Fitness in the Park event? Is that, is it just for dog owners, for people looking to adopt? Can anyone go? Can the dogs come?
Yes, absolutely. So Fitness in the Park is one of our biggest events. It was started a couple years back by our dear friends, Lauren and Vanessa. They created this amazing event, and it's held in Jersey City at Hamilton Park, and it's on October 22nd. And there will be tons of vendors there, adoptable dogs. People are welcome to bring their own dogs. There's food, and there's even a DJ. Like it's definitely a big party, and it gets a lot of people out, and it gives us the opportunity to showcase these amazing animals that are available.
It sounds like so much fun. Where can people learn more about your rescue?
Yeah, they can follow us we're on Instagram, Facebook, our website, jerseypitrescue.com. People are more than welcome to email us for more information, jerseypitrescue@gmail.com. So we're everywhere.
Yay.
Awesome.
And the 22nd coming up, 22nd.
Yes, the 22nd.
Awesome. Danielle, thanks so much for coming on today. We really appreciate it and looking forward to it.
Awesome. We hope to see you there. Thank you, everyone.
Yay. Thank you.
So much fun.
And you guys, because I have a pit, and for everybody who crosses the street to avoid her or thinks they're dangerous dogs, these are some of the sweetest, most loving animals.
It's really how you raise them.
It is. I was going to say, you find any breed, you find a mean dog, you're looking
100%.
at the wrong end of the leash.
Exactly. It's both the trainer and the dog need to be trained.
Yes.
Right? The person, the owner and the trainer.
You have to know how to manage your dog for sure, but they're well worth it. It'll life-changing.
Yes. Well, as you know, the Halloween season officially upon us, and one New Jersey social and
the queen
and one New Jersey social group is looking to treat the community to an event of relaxation, connection, and seasonal fun.
This is my level of Halloween. Joining us now is Lauren Garcia of Bloom Social Club to tell us all about an event they're hosting this evening, and it's happening tonight. Lauren, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me and giving me this opportunity to speak about our community Bloom Social Club.
Yay! Tell us about the event tonight. Where will it be and what's in store for guests?
Yeah, so our event, it's going to be our 4th pop-up, and it is tonight at Aqua Catering. It is in Edgewater, New Jersey, 115 River Road, Suite 300, above Pier 115. There is valet parking or self-parking, so that's really great for our guests. We're going to have over 25 women-owned businesses, which for me is incredible because at Bloom Social Club, my mission is to provide a space so that enterprising babes who bloom, or like I like to call them, we can really get their names out there, really provide support, and for women and men alike can come and shop and support small women-owned businesses. So along with that, we're going to have a beautiful setup by one of our sponsors, Your Whimsy World, and she will be setting up an Instagram-worthy backdrop. We're also going to have raffles at 7:30 and at 8:30 p.m. of all vendor goodies. And we're also going to be giving away tickets to a conference on October 15th with the Dream Lab. So it's going to be filled with such fun activities for all the guests, and really just I like to create an immersive experience for the attendees.
That sounds like fun.
That sounds amazing. And now on top of all of that, the event is free to attend. Is that's the case? Why is that important to have this kind of open door to the public for these things?
So my goal was to create a space where everybody can just come and support. And the best way to do that is to create something where it's free, it's immersive. When people arrive, they're greeted with such happy faces and with so many different variety of vendors, which is really important to me. I didn't want one of our pop-ups to be 10 jewelry vendors, 10 cupcake vendors. I wanted there to be one of everything. So for this pop-up, we have 2 bakeries, a resin creator. She does all home decor, resin candles. It's going to be beautiful work. We have a different clothing boutiques. Somebody's selling Halloween costumes, which is so fun and festive, since the name of our pop-up today is Shopping Spooktacular. And like you, I love Halloween as well. My son was actually born on Halloween. He turns 1.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, so it is so much fun. I love Halloween, so I'm really, really excited for the decorations and just to experience this with all the vendors and along with the attendees.
How did Bloom Social Club start in general? What is the mission?
Yeah, so for me, I have been an entrepreneur since I was in high school. It seems like so long ago, but it's so exciting to me to start a business and to really learn how to scale it. So my goal is to be able to nurture those women who want to start businesses and who want to scale their businesses. And when I was attending pop-ups, I was finding that I wasn't connecting with the other vendors. And I didn't like that feeling. Sometimes I feel like entrepreneurship can be very, lonely and intimidating. And when you have a good group of people, and I know that somebody that was speaking prior spoke about it, networking and community is so important. So for me, I want to bridge the gap for ladies who maybe never had a mentor, or for who creating their own paths of professional and personal success. I have a lot of support at home from family and from friends, but they don't really understand what I do on a day-to-day business day. So to have a community of women who are like-minded and who can really relate to what I'm doing is really important. I see all of our Babes Who Bloom supporting each other on Instagram, and it's just an amazing feeling.
Yeah, that is incredible. Lauren Garcia, Bloom Social Club. The event is tonight in Edgewater.
Yes.
Do we have to register? I know it's free, but do we need to register or anything like that?
No, you can just show up anytime between 6 and 9. But if you want to be a part of the raffle, you have to try and be there. I do it at 7:30 and at 8:30.
Okay, good to know.
Sounds like a good time. Nice networking.
Thank you so much, Lauren. We appreciate it. Have fun tonight. Have yourself a great weekend.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And if anybody would like to follow and see for other events, it's at Bloom Social Club NJ.
Fabulous.
Excellent.
Have a great time.
Thank you.
Thanks again. And we thank you for joining us this morning. We hope you had a great Thursday.
We will see you bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. right here on New Jersey.